Hello there guys, Elita Legionarii here, and today I'll be bringing you some more of the stainless steel 6.4 mods. These are some of the online battles I did against the SwedishLandsknekt. This one I was playing as Portugal, and he was playing as England. So, without further ado, it begins pretty quick, so I might just actually pause while I outline. Up the front, I have 2 units of Portuguese foot knights, which are basically just like two-hander units. They're really tweaked. They do look a bit more fancy than they did in the base game, but they're like the Portuguese knights. Only the two-hander glitch doesn't exist in the stainless steel mod, so they're a good frontline infantry. Then I have 5 of those up front as my main infantry, so they'll be really effective on a charge, and they can fight well in the melee. So they make good, solid frontline infantry, whereas they didn't in the base game, but they do here, so it's cool. Following up behind them, I have, I believe it was, several of these foot knights of Santiago, so dismounted knights of Santiago, basically. They're pretty darn cool. You know that you couldn't get them, at least not dismounted versions, so I think I've got 5 of those. 4 of those, and maybe 4 of those, and then about 4 Puvvies crossbone behind them. And my cavalry, I have 2 units of gendarmes. Gendarmes are like available to pretty much all the Catholic factions. Now they look just like lancers, only they're a lot better than lancers, really. They don't have that shield, but they're really good. Then I have 4 units of Portuguese knights out here, and then I have 2 units of mounted arquebusiers, which are pretty darn awesome as well. Swede's army, he's going to play a more defensive role. He's got 2 units of musketeers. In the centre here, he's staked this area off. Then he's got several units of retinue longbowmen. He's got 4 of those. Then he has, let's see, he's got these are mercenaries. He's got 3 units of Prussian axemen. They're a pretty cool units. The heavy infantry seems to be. And then he's got heavy swordsmen. These seem to be an English type unit. And then he's got feudal foot knights and Templar foot knights. So a good mix going on there. Cavalry consists of General's bodyguard, 2 king's men and a men-at-arms, but I get a much better charge, and because my gendarmes are such elite cav, and that better charge, it makes a big deal. Over here I charged it as, I think it's these king's men, are they? The king's men, yeah, the king's men. And I managed to actually get his own gendarme, which could have been really useful to him, and he takes the bait and chases around a bit. Didn't think he'd fall for that, but he did. Lost my general real early. Lost my general very early there though. He tosses in a heavy swordsman to assist here. These gendarmes are so elite that they hold in there for a very long time. Something I'm sure he wishes his were around to have done during this fight. So here I'd engage as Templar foot knights with my guys, and I'm charging here. I'm just going to ignore this big pool of longbowmen and let my Puvvies crossbowmen shoot those guys unopposed, because he didn't put them into loose formation so he could keep them within his stakes, but that does mean they're much tighter compact, so that should work better. Over here I managed to sling around his army, and I'm going in for flank shots with my cavalry. So without further ado, let's have a look at that. As you can see, he gets pretty heavily mauled with that charge. Over here my gendarmes, as you can see, are actually winning, even against twice as many units and an infantry unit there, so they're a really good unit, and I'm sure he wished his was in there sooner. He decides to withdraw it back after I chased it all the way over the field with my arquebusier, which allowed me to get very quick dominance in the infantry fight because I had cavalry to complete roles that his weren't there to shield. So here's retinue longbowmen break out, so they become the target of interest for my cav here, and so do these ones here. So here I'm going to go after them and get some nice charges into them with my cav. And I'm going to repeat the process over here. I mean, I wasn't just going to go through the stakes. I'm pretty sure he probably knew I'd do that though, because I don't play that way. Like if I see stakes, I usually go around them if I can. I only use stakes if I can make sure I can have to fight him. Here he gets a very good charge with his gendarmes into the back here, but I have my own cav that intercepts it, so that unit probably won't take as many losses. It would have been completely destroyed otherwise. But because I have my own cav to shield that hit, I'm alright, but I bring in plenty of my own infantry, and because these Portuguese foot knights are rather good at killing cav, his gendarmes won't do as well as mine did, because I have better infantry units to deal with that kind of approach. Here's feudal foot knights are fighting me. They look pretty darn cool actually, especially the English variant. Some nice close-ups here for you guys, but enjoy it. But I do repeat a lot of charges. Probably a bit hard to tell who's who actually. Mostly just a grind down fight now. I'm sure you're enjoying this feudal lord. I know you love Portugal. They're pretty darn awesome in this mod. Then again, so is everything though. Let's get rid of those pesky musketeers. Here are my Knights of Santiago here. Thought they were the Templars, but they're my foot knights. They're similar to the Templars, just the Spanish variant. And Portugal. Here are my gunners coming around the flanks. They've been kind of just shooting the flanks of his men all this time. They're a very handy unit actually.
We have lost half of our men.
So there's the stats, 51 to me, 82. So I did fairly dominate this fight. Because I got the better end of the cavalry fight very quickly, and I was able to free my cav and get into hammer and anvil. So I got the better end of this one, but that doesn't by no means mean that Swedes can't come back with some much hard hitting stuff later on. So as you can see, my gendarmes, Portuguese knights and gendarmes are still mauling those guys. That's roughly around the stage where the fight just here, I think he admits defeat there, yeah. So that one was pretty decisive for me, but I mean the trick was I got the better charge of my gendarmes. I think he made a bit of a micro mistake, so that helped me. And he accidentally chased after my guns with his best cav unit, which allowed me to quickly bust through the side as well and then get the hammer and anvils going. So a fairly solid victory for me there. As you can see, 61 and 91 for those gendarmes. These Portuguese knights, 81, 85, 83 and 80. So typical medieval 2 tactics, really just very aggressive cavalry work. Distraction with those mounted gun units, and the Portuguese knights, very nice for the Portuguese foot knights. Took quite a few losses though, but they still dished out quite a bit as well, much more effective than they would be in the base game. And the Knights of Santiago, they also very similar. And the Puppies crossbowmen, they had their fair share of kills as well, 51, 44 and 38, so they certainly didn't get a lot of video time there, but they did do their part, so good on them. But all about the cav, of course. So great game to Swedes. Be sure to check his channel out, guys. Awesome YouTuber and one of my favourite guys to play with. So great game. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon next time.